All right, I'm sitting here with Colin Nathan and...
No, we're going to start this interview. We're going to start this interview by saying shalom.
Wow.
Shalom.
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 Can you explain the reason why we're starting an interview like that?
Crazy story. Feldman, Joshua is from Cape Town and heard about this kid through my son, actually. He's just turned 18. And he was at Herzliya. And Daniel reached out to me and said, "Hey, Dad, you got to take a look at this guy at my school. He's quite a good amateur." So I was like, "Well, send me some fight footage." And he sent me some fight footage, and it was okay. And I thought he was pretty talented. I didn't give him much thought. The next thing, he was at Essays, and I saw pictures on Facebook of him, and I was like, I wonder if this is the kid that my son was talking about. And then I got a message at Essays last year from my son saying, "Dad, the South African Championships are happening, and this guy that I was telling you about who was at my school is fighting." And the next thing, I saw Joshua with a silver medal around his neck at Essays. We started chatting on Instagram, made the connection through Daniel, my son, who obviously gave me his information and stuff. And then a week later, I got a call from his dad, and he was like, "My son is got a massive dream and passion to turn professional in boxing, and you're the guy that I've been recommended, and here we are."
And what's your take on the whole story? Because obviously coming from Cape Town, now being in Johannesburg, joining Colin Nathan, what's your take on it?
No, it's very exciting. I've been training in Cape Town for 6 years, and it's very exciting to come up here, get a different look with good sparring partners, good training environment. So yeah, it's very exciting.
And obviously the environment, as you mentioned, is completely different to the amateur system. You'll be spending a lot of time with your new trainer now. Have you had some time to integrate?
Yeah, I've only been here for a week or so, but I think I'm fitting in well. It's really cool training at this gym. Yeah.
And I think the main thing is where do we get started with this? It's professionals next year, but which promotion, which platforms?
Well, I think right now it's just he's integrating into the system of Hotbox. And, I'll make it no secret. I've always wanted to have a Muslim world champion, and I've always wanted to have a Jewish world champion. He becomes my first Jewish fighter. It's just crazy, That's why we started this interview saying shalom. And I just think he's a baby. And no disrespect to him. I'm going to take him along really, really slowly. I think the plan now is to integrate him into the system, getting used to his team environment, and then obviously go for his license March next year, and then start the ball rolling. I think we've got a tremendous prospect. You've seen him train now for yourself. You impressed as well. Great fundamentals, great skill, very dedicated. You're actually going to stop him. Like if you don't stop him and say we're closing the gym, he'll be hitting the bag. It's crazy. So he's got a very strong work ethic that I think gels well with our environment. And the other teammates have taken to him already, and I just think he's obviously the new baby of the team. And I'm just looking very forward to his future. And also there's a bit of history to boxing. His grandfather was involved in Davey Moore versus Charlie Weir in the early 80s. So it's I don't want to say, how would you say it? Just there is interest in boxing in his family. Yeah. And here we are.
I wanted to ask you about that it's part of his history, it's part of your history now, being the first Jewish fighter fighting under Colin Nathan. How much does that mean to you?
Yeah, it means a lot. I'm really proud to be a Jewish fighter, a Jewish person, and having a Jewish coach, it just seems like it lined up. Yeah.
So it's working out for you.
Yeah, man. It's awesome. I had Ishmael Kadri's father a few months ago say to me, Shukri, he said to me, "Colin, when are we going to get my son fighting in Israel?" Can you imagine? We get that fight card going. It's just a dream, but you just never know. You never know what's around the corner. So it's just great to be involved in these fighters, and in Ishmael and Dullah and obviously now Joshua. And I don't want to make the focus that, but it's something I've always had a dream of doing. It's been my dream, and you doing the interview with us, so I'm telling you my dream. So it's just great, and it's just amazing that there's a lot of connection to Cape Town. I'm from Cape Town. My son, Daniel, kind of putting me in touch with him. His dad reaching out to me. His grandfather having boxing history in business as well. So yeah, we are. It's just fantastic.
And what's your dream? What do you foresee for your future?
My dream is to become a world champion, 100%. I'm really passionate about the sport. I drew over coming to training. Yeah, it's what I love doing. I want to go to the top.
Your amateur background, what's because I know Colin Nathan said something about you being a medalist in essays. What's your background?
Yeah, I've only had about 10 fights. I'm not very experienced in amateur. I went last year. I fought in Western Cape Championships. I won gold, and then I had two other fights at SA Champs, and I got silver there. It was a really close decision in the last fight, but other than that, yeah, I haven't really fought too much.
What you done with amateurs now?
Yeah. I'll start pro next year.
And when I talk about amateurs, I mean, you've seen his foundation, you've seen his fundamentals, really good. But probably one of my greatest success stories is DJ Curl. He had 3 amateur fights and he lost all 3. And then he went on to become champion of the world. So he's got a great base and he's young and we can nurture and develop that. And that's what I'm known for. So I believe he's in the right hands. As you know, there's a synagogue across the road with Rabbi Ash there, so big shout out to Rabbi Ash. But I just think the whole synergy of everything coming together works perfectly.
Yeah, so it's going to be a partnership going forward. Do you go back to Cape Town before the end of the year, or do you stay up here?
I'll probably go back for a week or so, just to go back to my family and my house. But yeah, I plan on basing myself here for the rest.
And that's exciting news for you as well.
Yeah, it's made my week. I mean, besides obviously us scrambling to get visas done for Lerato Lamini's massive opportunity, it's just been great. It's great having him in the gym. We've been communicating now for close on a year now, and his dad and I have been in touch. So it's just great that he's finally here and obviously going to be settling in and just fits into the environment really well.
And Joshua, do you have any message for the South African boxing public?
Yeah, I'm hoping to give you guys a good show and bring boxing back here. I'm really passionate about this, and I look to take this to the top.
You're obviously passionate about this.
I'm just very excited about this. 18 years old. I mean, the world's his oyster, and I just think we're going to nurture him and take him along really slowly and develop him correctly. And let's see where the road leads to. But I think he's got a tremendous amount of potential, very talented, and let's see where it goes.
All right. Well, I'm excited to see where this goes. Let's see where the journey starts next year. So it's all the hard work's being done now. All the best on your...
No, we're going to end off by saying shalom.
Is that how you end now?
Yeah, you can say hello and goodbye. It means shalom. Yeah, there you go.
Shalom.
Shalom.